Guess who's back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back, kiddos? Auntie Liz in the building. Anywho, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's being safe. Hope you're all listening to your parents. Hope you're not being in a big pain in their rear end. If you are, I'm gonna get you on Sunday, whenever that is, whenever we come back to church. I bet right now, let me try to guess what all of you guys are doing. I know you're probably either on your PS4 or you're eating up all your mama's food, or you're on YouTube, okay? You're doing one of those three things, okay? But whatever you're doing, I want you to put a stop on it and just listen to this short exhortation. Really hope it helps you all out and blesses you guys out, during this period. Okay, so they asked me to do a video for you guys because apparently y'all have no hope or direction right now. I don't blame you. If I was you, I'd probably be doing the same thing. I would spend all my time probably on their PS4 too if I could, but that's really not the best thing. Okay, which leads me to my topic for today. Okay, we are talking about winning. Okay, I want to talk about winning each moment, winning your mind, winning yourself, winning the circumstances around you, winning over COVID-19. Like literally right now, think about it, the whole world right now is at a standstill. Every single body is at a standstill. Every single nation. Name it. Nigeria, Kenya, US, name it, except for Wuhan, China, where this all started from, We're all in the same boat. Everybody's at home unless you're an essential worker. Okay, all the kids, all your friends, they're all at home with your parents. So we're all in this situation and there must be a reason behind it. So though we can't really understand what the reason is right now because we're going through it, there's always something we can do. They say in life, 10% is what happens to us, 90% is really our reaction, okay? 10% is what happens to us, 90% is really our reaction, okay? So back to the topic. Our topic today is win. Win each moment, win each situation, win your mind, win yourself, win. And the song that really brings it to heart, or should I say really brings this point down for me. Y'all gonna forgive me, but I'm gonna take it back. Okay, y'all remember that song that goes, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, no. Cause all we do is win, win, win. Hey, and they stay there. Ooh. Anyway, I used to be a clubber. Anyway. Kids, the point or the writer of that story says, no matter what's happening, all I do is win. All I do is win. And that's what I want you to do. Okay? 3 areas or 3 things I want you to win over. 3 areas I want you to win in. Win, first of all, your mind. Win your mind. Remember, I've told you for years, and one of my favorite scriptures is, as a man thinketh in his mind, so is he. Okay, some version says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Literally, we are what we think. Okay? And then what exactly do we normally think about? We think about everything that we see. We think about what we hear. We think about what we touch, right? We think about what we smell. We think about what we taste. We think about our 5 senses. I've always taught you that watch what you're putting into your mind, because literally after a while, you're going to become whatever you put into your mind, okay? All right? So right about now, that is so important. You have all the time in the world. I know some of y'all sometimes stay up late at night, maybe even when your parents don't know you're up at night, okay? You need to really watch what you're doing at night. Watch what you're watching. Watch what you're listening to. Watch what you're feeding yourself. Because after a while, you become literally what you see. So let's put it into practice. If you're always on that PS4, even late at night, and you're doing nothing but them violent shooting PS4 games, anytime your parent or your sibling gets on your nerves, you want to get super angry. You're gonna get that much more violent. Because why? Because all you're putting in your mind is violence. So you really need to watch what you're putting into your mind. Okay, watch what you see, watch what you hear, watch what you touch. That PS4. Watch what you smell. Watch your five senses, and that way you literally can begin to win over your mind. Another way to win over your mind is literally, I told you before, negative thoughts. Nip them in the bud. As soon as a negative thought comes to your mind, especially right now when you get into arguments, maybe with your siblings or your parents, and you just want to say, oh, I can't stand him, I can't stand her, I hate you. Anytime you have that thought, nip it in the bud quickly. And by doing so, you begin to win over your mind, okay? Real quickly, they also say that whatever we think about, we magnify. So whatever you're always thinking about becomes bigger and bigger. So if you're always thinking about negative thoughts, you begin to develop a bitter heart. Remember, we talked about bitterness. You begin to just develop bad, funny, like a bad, funny character, simply because you never mastered your thoughts. Okay, so mind your mind, win your mind. Okay, win your mind. Number one. Number two, I want you to win yourself. Win yourself. How or what do I mean by winning yourself? One way to win over yourself is to, know your strengths and your weaknesses. They say if you don't know your weakness, you will literally fall quickly, right? It's game over for you if you don't know your weaknesses. If you don't know if you have a weakness, either with chicks, if you're a guy, or if you're a girl, if you don't know that your weakness is guys, if you don't know that your weakness is anger or jealousy or rage, whatever, if you don't know what your weakness is, it's going to be very hard for you to control it and to nip it in the bud. And then the devil will always put situations around to bring out your weakness. Y'all know Auntie Liz has struggled with anger before. And I'm sure you've seen me just slowly work on it to a point where these days when you guys get on my nerves, I don't throw something at you guys anymore. I'm really trying. So really take this time. Pay attention to the arguments you're having with your parents, your siblings, with the people around you, and see what is usually the reason for the argument. And by doing so, you can really start to figure out your weaknesses. And once you figure out what your weaknesses are, you can begin to work on them, pray about it, and get better. All right? So number two is to win yourself. So number three, I want you to win your time. Win your time. Okay? Remember, just a month, this was just like 2 months ago that we talked about Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And the topic back then when I taught you Ecclesiastes chapter 3 was seasons in time. We're talking about different seasons and appreciating the seasons and knowing that your time will come. And at the time, none of us really knew that COVID-19 was going to come and disable all of us like this and cause us to be on a mandatory holiday. We didn't know, okay? But remember, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 says, verse 1 says, to everything, okay, there is to everything under the sun, there is a time and a purpose. To everything there's a season and a time, to every purpose under the heavens. To everything there is a season and a time. To every purpose under the heavens. In other words, there's a reason and a season for everything. Okay? Remember, it talks about, it goes on to talk about there's a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to rejoice. It talks about many times, a time to eat, a time to weep, a time to mourn. So many different times. And at the end of it all, it says in verse 11, but God has made everything beautiful in its time. So even so now, God has made COVID-19 times beautiful in its own way. We have time more than ever to do things. I want you to start reading that book your parents have been telling you to read. I want you to develop that craft that you've been thinking about developing. Do it. You got all the time in the world, I promise you. Don't spend all your time on that PS4. Find a way to use some time to educate your mind so that when school comes back, you're not over there looking lost. Your mind is not all the way fried up because you have not been doing anything good for your mind, okay? Find a way to just maximize your time. Cool? Good? All right. That's it. So let me recap and then we're done. 3 things I want you to win over. Win your mind, win yourself, and lastly, win this time. Guys, I really miss you guys. Love you all. See see you soon. I miss you, and you. And you. Even the one that gets on my nerves, I still miss you. And I still love you guys. Pieces.